Welcome to Marika Creations. Today I will do a DIY for you, a look for less DIY. If you're not familiar with that concept, is that you're taking a high-end piece that you find online or in a magazine or something, and you try to recreate it for a fraction of the cost. So that's what I'm doing today. So let's get started. I saw these shelving system with the moon phases on Etsy, and they charge 150 euros for it, and I'm going to do something similar to that. This was part of a piece of furniture, and I'm going to use that as a backdrop of the moon phases. And when I was looking for something to have as a template, I found this beautiful Lazy Susan in marble, and I decided to use that as the centerpiece, the full moon. And for the crescent moon and new moons, I will use this particle wood. And then I have these wood strips, like a quarter dowel and a 3.5 centimeter wide wood strip to use as the shelves. Now on to sanding the furniture piece there to prepare it for painting. I got it from my neighbor, and the particle wood was part of our old kitchen, so no costs involved there. And the Lazy Susan was thrifted many years ago. On to spackling, I use a wood filler to fill in the holes and smoothen out the uneven parts. And after that had dried, I went over with my sander once more. Now over to the particle board, and I have sketched out my moon shapes, and now I'm using my jigsaw to cut out the shapes. This video is also part of a challenge, Look for Less Challenge, August 2020, and it is hosted by Yami at the Latina next door, and her co-host for this month is Jelena over at BlondieNextDoor. Jump on over to their channels right after this video and check out what they have to offer. I leave links in the description box below to their channels and also to the playlist of this challenge. All pieces have been cut out, and now I'm sanding off the edges and any uneven parts. Time for painting, and I'm using acrylic paint, and I have mixed some black within the white to create a grey shade, and I just cover them with one coat as a base coat, all of them. I want to create a marble effect on them to match the centerpiece that is actual marble. And after that has dried, I will now put on white and grey shades like all over, and go over it with a dry brush and just lightly blend them together. Now I'm taking a feather and dip it in black acrylic and go over the piece very lightly to create the veins, and then dry brushing on top of that to dull them down just a little bit. If you're new to my channel, hi, I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrifting, renovation, decorating, some pottery, some painting, anything creative. And if you think this is for you, please join me. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and let's be friends. I'm cutting the wood strips to size, the right size for the shelves. I'm going to put shelves on the crescent moon and the new moon, but not on the middle part that is marble, and sanding off the edges. So this is what I have for little larger pieces and 2 smaller pieces, and I'm doing the same with these as I did with the moon shapes. A base coat of a grey color to start with. My moon shapes have dried, and now I'm putting on just a thin layer of white to dull it down a bit. And then I'm picking up the feather again and start making more veins and a different direction this time to create more dimension in my marble effect. Now the shelves are getting a marble effect as well, mixing the grey and the white colors to start with, and then go over it with the feather once they dried a little bit. Now I'm picking up a thin paintbrush with the black, accentuate a little bit some of the veins, and later you will see me go over it with some white acrylic on certain places as well, which needs some highlights, as you can see here. Now I'm on to painting the backdrop, and I thought of giving it 2 coats of a white color, but it turned yellow on me, and I didn't have any shellac at home to prevent that from happening, so I went for black color instead, and I'm very happy I did, because that will look so much better with the marble effect on top of it. Here it is, the black, and I put 2 coats of black on it. Now this is the back of the black piece, and I have just measured out where I want my moon shapes to be, and I'm drilling holes, pilot holes, and also create like a little dent in there for the screws to sit tight. We'll screw them on from the back side for no visible screws, and a nice finish to the front. I have leveled my piece now, and now I am using a level and a measure tape to see exactly where I need to place my small shelves. Now I'm attaching the Lazy Susan in marble there to the very center of the piece using a very strong glue adhesive, and I put something heavy on top until the glue has cured properly. And now onto the shelves, putting them in place, and then I'm using wood glue to attach them. And here it is. I think it turned out magnificent. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I think it looks gorgeous. And yeah, the tiny shelves, I just put some of my crystals and stones on there, not things too heavy, because the shelves are only glued on. And yeah, and look at that marble in the middle. And I put some fairy lights behind it. Since it was a Lazy Susan, it was a bit raised, so I was able to do that. So, what do you think? Leave me a comment down below. I paid around $10 for the wood strips and some paint, versus the Etsy version for $178. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with a friend, that would help me enormously. And I hope to see you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care and bye.